Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. Today, we're in Guilford, Connecticut with Marc Fey of MKF Strategic Marketing. And Marc, welcome to our conversation today.
Thank you, Howard. It's good to be with you.
Well, we're excited to have you and learn a lot more about the things you are doing right now. But let's get started with sharing how you got started in the marketing industry.
Well, I sort of backed in a non-traditional way. I started in education and then a stint in ministry, ended up at a nonprofit, and kind of halfway through that realized that I needed to retool for the for-profit world, got an MBA, and ended up in head of marketing roles at a software company and then a financial advisory firm. So that's made up about the last 12 years of my professional life.
Well, it's always good to go back and get more education, whether it's on a level of an MBA or just learning as you go because of all the different changes going on in the industry. So tell us about what you have going on at MKF Strategic Marketing for you and for your clients.
Well, I had in a head of marketing role at a financial advisory firm. I had a couple of CEOs who had done really well, but I really was having a hard time getting them to redo the messaging. Found a place called StoryBrand, spent 3 or 4 days there, and really came back to revolutionize this the messaging platform and got the business growing again. So when I went out on my own, I went back to StoryBrand, got certified, and that really is a platform for developing messaging that's oriented around the customers rather than the business or the features and benefits of the product or service itself.
Yeah, it's still amazing that there's a lot of companies out there, small and large, that focus on this is who I am, this is how great I am, as opposed to the needs that the prospect has, because they're on a journey and they're trying to find answers for themselves. And hopefully you are that answer, but it really has to be in the mindset of what they're looking for.
Exactly. So the way that the StoryBrand works is you shift the focus from yourself riding in on a white horse to save the day with your product or service, and instead the hero of the story is the business that you're working with, and so you teach them how to make sure they're the trusted guide in their business, so that the customer they're trying to reach is the hero of the story. And so it's a subtle shift, but it makes all the difference when you start working through your messaging and rebuilding websites. And so what I'm able to do is focus on the sales funnel, because once we redo that messaging to really be oriented around the hero being the customer, then it's a lot easier to engage folks and easy to be accountable to their experience rather than your own products and services offerings.
It's so simple to discuss the way you're laying it out, but it's amazing how hard it is for people to see that and to really create, for one, creating stories in general people aren't doing enough of, but really making the story about your prospect, about your client, really strengthens their end result of what you're trying to deliver.
That's exactly right. So we start by the client. Really, we look at what their pain points are. We look at what it looks like for them to be the hero and to win in their story. And then as a trusted guide, there's 2 aspects to that that's really empowering to the businesses that we work with. Well, number one is the trusted guide is empathetic. They take the time to say, hey, we know what you're going through. We know how hard it is to solve the problem you're trying to solve. And the second thing is authority. And so that is that we've got a plan. We've solved this problem in the past, and we can solve it with you going forward. And so they stay in that trusted guide role, and they let their customer be the hero of the story they're telling. So it really emphasizes or impacts all of the content channels. And that's the other half of what I do, is help people develop the right mix of channels, integrate that marketing through digital and other channels, whether that would be radio or event management, search, the various channels, getting those right and in the right percentage of mix.
Yes, having that right marketing mix, make sure that you are putting your time, effort, and dollars in the right direction to reach that audience, as opposed to just putting things out there, is so very important to have that structure. So it's great that you are providing that for your clients and all the other pieces that are really helping getting the right stories told by the right people to the right people. So we thank you for joining us and really sharing your story with us today.
Thank you, Howard. Good to be with you.
And thank you all for joining us as well. Having the right story told is so important. Storytelling really is a great value, and people want to hear stories. They want to hear good stories, and they want the stories to encapsulate them or even be a part of them. So what Marc is sharing about how he focuses on the customer, on the client, is so important. There's a lot more valuable information that he has available. You can check that out here in Daily Ad Brief. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.